There are many foods and ingredients that we use in our daily lives that were invented by chance, meaning they were not created out of necessity or desire, but rather were a stroke of luck that produced a delicious dish. Chocolate chip cookies. This cookie, which is now one of the most popular foods in the world, was made without any prior planning. In 1930, Ruth Wakefield, the co-owner of the Wakefield Confectionery in Massachusetts, was preparing to make a batch of cookies that included quick melting chocolate in the recipe. But she couldn't find that ingredient, so she added regular chocolate chunks, thinking they would melt in the same way. The chocolate chunks did not melt, but this new product was a hit, and Ruth was surprised by its great success. So, cornflakes. It is logical to expect that cornflakes were discovered by chance, considering that their shape does not imply they are tasty. But when you add some milk, sugar, or fresh fruit, they become a delicious and nutritious breakfast. The circumstances of this coincidence took place in the 1890s when businessman, inventor, doctor, and nutritionist John Kellogg and his brother Will were preparing a healthy vegetarian meal by toasting wheat. Due to a mistake in preparation, they ended up turning it into dough and then crunchy flakes. And when this coincidence was repeated with corn, delicious flakes were created for the first time. Potato chips. In 1853, at a restaurant in New York City, a customer complained that the fried potatoes were soggy and overly thick, returning them to the waiter multiple times, which made the waiter, George Crumb, weary of the situation. He decided to slice the potatoes into thin chips, fry them in oil, and sprinkle salt on top, leading to the creation of a delicious dish that everyone loves: potato chips. John Pemberton was trying to create the drink known today as Coca-Cola, but he did not intend for it to be a carbonated beverage. He was attempting to invent a medicinal tonic that would address various ailments, from headaches to digestive issues. Initially, he made this drink with alcohol, then shifted to sweeteners, resulting in what we now call Coca-Cola. Believe it or not, the inventor of the popsicle was just an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson. Popsicles were accidentally invented in 1905 in the United States. The story of their discovery revolves around a young boy named Frank, who was living in San Francisco. On a hot summer day in 1905, Frank mixed soda powder with water in a small cup and accidentally left it outside. He didn't pay attention to the cup for a while, and when he returned later, he found that the mixture had frozen and turned into a treat. He tested the frozen drink using a wooden stick and was pleased with the result. He decided to serve this new creation in his neighborhood park, where it was a hit with everyone. Frank named these frozen sticks Ice Pops and applied for a patent for them in 1923. Since then, popsicles have become a popular and beloved product worldwide, coming in a variety of flavors and colors. When discussing food preparation and cookware, one cannot overlook the coincidences that led to the discovery of three of the most famous artificial sweeteners in the world. The first coincidence occurred in 1879 when Konstantin Fahlberg, a researcher at Johns Hopkins University, discovered the first artificial sweetener in the world, saccharin. While Fahlberg was working on new research related to coal tar derivatives, he went to lunch only to be surprised that all the food he ate tasted sweet. He realized he had not washed his hands before eating and returned to his lab to find that the substance on his hands was benzoic sulfide, derived from coal tar, which is 300 times sweeter than sugar. This coincidence happened for the second time in 1937, when a graduate student at the University of Illinois, while working on research related to a fever treatment, discovered that the cigarette he was smoking tasted sweet because he too had not washed his hands before smoking it. He quickly returned to his lab and discovered sodium cyclamate, which was used in the production of the world's first sugar-free soft drink. Interestingly, this coincidence linked to artificial sweeteners occurred for the third time in 1965 when chemist James Schlatter discovered aspartame while working on the development of a new treatment for gastric ulcers. In the end, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.